Is the Quest 3 truly better than the Quest Pro? Well, we're gonna go ahead and discuss. So in case you missed it, the FCC unveiled that the Quest 3 will be getting released with a charging dock. The Quest 2 never really had the original OEM charging dock. What happened was Meta actually teamed up with Anker and released this $90 charging dock station, which in my opinion, I've been using ever since day one. It works extremely well, but now Meta is actually working on their first party charging dock station, and this shouldn't be cheap because in theory this should run you anywhere between $90 to $100, comparing it against the current Quest 2 charging dock with the Meta license. So September 23 is the release when the Quest 3 will be releasing, but is it truly better compared to the Quest Pro? Let's go ahead and look at the specs. So at the time making this video, we know that the Quest 3 will be priced at $500 and the Quest Pro can be purchased around $1,000. It used to be $1,500, but they lowered the price. I wish I waited. I would have saved $500, but $1,000 still does seem like to be the reasonable sweet spot when purchasing brand new. Or you could also settle with a used version and save yourself $200 or more. But spec wise, we do know that the Quest 3 will be extremely powerful than the Quest 2, as it's using a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2, and the Quest Pro has a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 Plus. Then the resolution per eye is actually pretty impressive compared to the Quest Pro. Has a much more high resolution as it has a 2064 by 2208 resolution per eye compared to the Quest Pro, which only has 1800 by 1920. Both are using LCD displays. The refresh rate on the Quest 3 is clocked to be able to go up to 120 Hz. Meanwhile, the Meta Quest Pro is a little bit lower as it has a range between 72 Hz through 90 Hz. The field of view is yet to be unknown, but should be really similar to the Quest Pro, as the Quest Pro has a 106-degree field of view, but something tells me it should be 110, very similar to the PSVR 2. Now, one of the key benefits about the Quest Pro is the pancake lens, because this allows many users to actually fit glasses comfortably behind the VR headset. And the pancake lens are known to come out with the Quest 3. So they will both feature these amazing pancake lens design. But notable features is, yes, it will feature head tracking capability, PC support as well on both VR headsets, voice commands, wireless, with Oculus Link support, and mixed reality support. The only thing that's missing here is that the Quest 3 will not feature the eye tracking capability or the facial tracking, which honestly I have access to this since I do own the Quest Pro and I rarely use this. And then when it comes to controllers, keep in mind both controllers are compatible with one another, because the Meta Quest Touch Pro controllers are indeed compatible on the Quest 3, but the Quest 3 is known to come out with the next generation of the Touch Plus controllers, but should be equally advanced. But the Quest Pro are a little more expensive due to the fact that they have actual processors inside them, as well as external cameras. The Quest 3, however, I don't think it's going to have these type of cameras on their controllers. Now the Quest 3 is expected to be shipped out with 128 gigabytes of onboard storage, and Meta has hinted that there should be a 256 gigabyte option as well. However, the Pro only comes available on one storage option that is 256 gigabytes. Now the Quest 3 is set to be released with that Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2. This is a new chip, and we're really uncertain how it will actually perform with the XR2 Plus that's on the Pro. So we're gonna have to wait until it actually officially gets released so we can do a fair head-to-head comparison, but something tells me it should be dead on even or slightly better on the Quest 3, because that one is more intentionally designed for gaming. Meanwhile, the Pro, even though it's Meta's flagship VR headset, it's more enterprise focused than really gaming, but it's really powerful to game comparing it to the Quest 2. So in my opinion, I believe both will actually perform identical, but the Quest 3 will slightly outperform the Pro when it comes to VR gaming. But when it comes to AR, thanks to its software, it might be tweaked better to handle multitasking for tasks and such like a computer. Now, Meta did announce that the Quest 3 will be shipped with the Touch Plus controllers, which are improved and do not come with an outer ring tracking. These controllers will also ship with the True Touch haptic, just like the same haptic feedback that the Quest Pro controller has. But there was a statement that Meta made stating that even upgrading to our fully self-tracking Meta Quest Touch Pro controllers for a more premium experience, hinting that they are also compatible to be used on the Quest 3. And for additional features, you could always get them separately to upgrade the Quest 3 controllers, hinting that there's some features that the Touch Plus controllers will not have compared to the Pro Touch controllers. Something tells me it will have additional cameras, because again, these controllers have internal processors. Now, while the Quest 3 is definitely much more compact and lighter compared to the Quest 2, but when you compare it against side by side with the Quest Pro still has a more ergonomic design, which means just like the Quest 2, you may want to consider getting accessories for the Quest 3 to make that extremely comfortable for those long gaming hours. Each of these two headsets will have access to the same library of games. For the VR, there's no limitations here whatsoever. You can play some very first generation Quest games as well. So there's no compatibility limitations here. So which one should you actually end up buying? The Quest Pro already is being slowly discontinued, as it's clear that Meta is prioritizing the Quest 3. And the Quest 3 is actually very impressive and also has some higher advantages over the Pro because it has a higher resolution, it features those amazing pancake lens, and it's slim, it's ergonomic. Not as premium feeling compared to the Pro because it is Meta's premium VR headset. It's clear that the Quest 3 is the one that's going to be out there to replace the Pro for all consumers, whereas the Meta Pro is just there for business and work use, really. As don't forget, those controllers feature stylus support. The Quest 3, I'm sure its Touch Plus controllers will not have this feature, but you can get those controllers separately and added to it, which should give you some of those Pro features on your Quest 3 for work purposes, of course. But with the Quest 3, you're gonna have to buy a lot of accessories to actually make this headset as comfortable compared to the Pro. So the Pro has all the bells and whistles out of the box because it also includes the docking station, remember. Meanwhile, the Quest 3, you have to buy that separately. But for most casual VR users, the Quest 3 is definitely the one that's more suitable for all users, because you have the freedom to customize it, just like I did with my Quest 2. And this was really fun. Versus the Quest Pro, it's perfect out of the box. But with that said, I would highly advise just waiting for the Quest 3. It seems like the Quest 3 is going to be the one that Meta will be truly more focused on, especially when you think about it. It may have some exclusive features that the Pro lacks. After all, Meta is prioritizing the Quest 3 over the Pro, as they already are starting to slow down production and possibly discontinue it pretty soon. So I'll strongly advise just waiting for the Quest 3, especially now since we have a hint of the official release date, September 27. So that is what you need to know when comparing these two amazing headsets between one another, and which one should you actually go for. So now if you're watching this video and both of these two headsets are out, or you feel like you're gonna go ahead and pick up the Pro, if you'd like to receive $30, make sure you use the referral link in the description down below, because after you check out, you'll receive $30 of free Meta credits you purchase on their Meta store. This includes games and apparel for your avatar. So it's just a really nifty way to get some free games. So make sure you use that referral link in the description. And make sure to stay tuned, because I have some tips and tricks and some hidden features I'm going to go ahead and cover for this latest version of Quest OS. Thanks so much for watching.